My name is Jimmy Taylor, and we're here at the Madison Golf Center doing an instructional DVD for the golfers. We're here with SportsMed. I'll be covering the grip, posture, alignment, and chip shots. Later, Billy Estep will join us. He's going to go over common swing flaws for the golfer, and we hope you enjoy. The first topic I'd like to talk about is the grip. The grip is extremely important because it is our direct link to the golf club, and how we put our hands on the golf club is going to dictate whether that club comes back and meets the ball square, or if it's the face of the club is going to be closed or open. Before we start, I'd like to show you the three standard types of grips that all players could use. The first is called a 10-finger grip. That is where the player will put all 10 fingers around the grip. This is going to allow them more coverage with their hands. It's going to spread it out over the course of the grip, and it's going to allow for better control. Now, this type of grip is really good for seniors, lady golfers, and junior golfers who might not have the strongest hands and they want to spread their hands out over the course of the grip. The second type of grip that we use is called the interlocking. That's where you take the pointer finger and the pinky finger and lock them together. This is going to give you a better sense of control. It's also going to help you make sure that the club doesn't go flying out of your hands. It's commonly used. It's good with golfers that have smaller fingers but very strong hands. The third type of grip that I'm going to talk about is the overlap grip. The overlap grip is simply where you take your pinky finger and you lay it over the pointer finger of the base hand. Now, this is really good for people with large hands, long fingers, and it allows them to get their fingers and hold the grip with their fingers, which is going to allow for more control. Now that we've talked about the three basic types of grips that you could use, I want to talk about how and the proper way, the proper technique of making sure that you get your hands on the club that's going to help provide for the best shots. When we take our grip, we want to make sure that we hold the grip in our fingers, not up in the palm. I'm going to demonstrate. Here I'm placing the club and the grip of the club in the palm of my hand. If I close my hand here, put it in the palm of my right hand, when I take that swing back, I have no control of the club. It's going to slip. When the club is in your palm, it's going to slip up and down. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we wrap our fingers around the club and hold it in our fingertips. That's going to allow for you to take what we call the heel pad, which is the fatty cushion part on your left palm, and place it on top of the club. This is going to help with give you a lot more control. Then we take our right hand. As you see that I'm using the interlocking grip, that's the grip I'm most comfortable with. And again, I put it in the fingertips of my right hand and close my club face, close my hands down, securing the grip in my hands. Now, with the club in my fingertips, I'm able to take a swing and cock my wrist, and I didn't have any slippage of the grip in my hand. When we do this, we have to make sure, and this is very important, that when we get up to the ball, we have a golf ball, you address the golf ball, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your grip. We want to go ahead, like I said, put the club in our fingertips, put the heel pad on top of the club, and close down our hands. Now we've got what I would consider a good solid grip that's not going to allow slippage. But the first thing we got to do is make sure that that club face is square to the ball as we're doing before we put our grip on the before we put our hands on the club. If not, if that club face is crooked and then we go in and put our fingers on, now we've got a great grip and we've got a great hold on the club, but our club face is not square to the ball. That is a closed club face and is going to tend to hook the ball to the left. The opposite would be an open club face, which is going to have a tendency to make the ball slice to the right. Again, we must make sure that the club face is square to the ball, then put our hands and grip the golf club. Fingers, heel pad, and down. The last thing I want to talk about when it comes to the grip is the equipment. As you can see here, I've got a training grip on this club. Training grips can be purchased at any local golf shop. They actually have the notches on the grip that shows you where your fingers are supposed to be placed. This is a fantastic training aid for a beginner golfer. Find the club that you use the most, the club that you practice with the most. Go in, have a training grip put on it. They're $10, approximately $10 to put on. And as soon as you feel comfortable, and you feel comfortable with your grip, and you feel like you can get your hands on the club the same way every single time, then you can easily have the grip removed and put a normal grip back on it. What I just touched on is very important. When we take our grip, we want to try to strive for consistency. Okay? Not everybody's going to have a perfect grip, but as long as you can get your hands on the golf club the same way every single time for every single club, that's going to allow you some consistency. Your body's going to become comfortable with it, and you'll be able to base and form your swing around that. The worst thing you can do is grip the club differently every single time. There are a couple other factors that come into play when we're talking about grip and equipment. One is a golf glove. A golf glove is very good because once you put the golf glove on, it kind of helps keep the grip from slipping in your hand. If it's real hot and your hands get wet and sweaty, the grip's going to help make sure that that club does not slip and slide in your hand. Two other things I want to show you, and these are very, very important when talking about grips. You want to make sure that your grip fits your hands. You want to make sure that you have the proper size grip on your club. And the best way to do this is take your club, put it in the palm of your hand, and just wrap your hand around it. As you can see right here, I've got an oversized grip in my hand. My fingers do not touch my palm. This right here tells me that my grip is too fat and too wide for my hand. If I wrap that same grip and my fingers tuck under my palm, now I know that my grip is too skinny and the grip is too skinny for my hands. A properly fitted grip will allow your fingers to touch and rest on your palm without any strain. That is a properly fitted grip for your size hand. Now, if your grip does not fit your hand, there are consequences, and there are things that it will cause the ball to do. A grip that is too big for your hand, too fat for your hand, is going to tend to make your hands less active during your swing, and you're going to push the ball to the right, constantly not being able to get the hands through the shot. A grip that's too skinny, or where the fingers tuck under, is going to cause your hands to be too active. Too active hands means the wrists are going to roll, they're going to roll too easily, and it's going to tend to produce a lot of hook shots to the left. A properly fitted grip by no means is a direct insurance that your ball is going to go straight 100% of the time, but at least it allows you to take that element of uncertainty out of the equation. Just to summarize, I'm going to go over real quick how to grip the club again. Again, I'm going to use the interlocking grip that I'm familiar with. I'm going to address the ball. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the club face is square to the ball. I do not want to take my grip with a club face that is crooked. Now I'm going to take the club into my fingertips. I'm going to wrap my fingertips here, and I'm going to make sure that the heel pad, the fatty part of my palm, is on top of the club. Second, I'm going to take my top hand, again, placed in the fingers. I'm going to curl it with my fingers and grip. And now I've got a good solid grip and a good square club face.